Hello, Thunderstruck viewers. If you don't recognize me, my name is Sydney Royal, and for the past 3 years, I have been working tirelessly, week after week, to produce new episodes of Thunderstruck. But unfortunately, this year is my last year, and this evening I'm feeling a little extra nostalgic. So I decided today I'm gonna count down my top 10 Thunderstruck episodes from the past 3 years. Let's take a look. Number 10, we have the senior edition. This episode was in tribute to all of the seniors that were graduating from Thunderstruck and all over YHS. And it was a really good episode. I think it was interesting to watch, and it's cool to hear about all the seniors and the plans for the future. But it was really bittersweet, which is why it's so low on my list. It was weird to wish all of my friends in that class goodbye. We had a really good crew that year, and so it was weird to see all them leave. Number 9, we have the Friends edition from that same year, my sophomore year. That was a really fun one to put together. We had a lot of really good interview responses, so when I was editing it, it was a really fun thing to edit because we had so many good clips to choose from. Filming it was also really fun. Again, we had a really good crew that year, so every time going out to film was so fun. Number 8, we have the Winter edition from that same year, my sophomore year. This one was fun mostly because of the people that we were filming with, but we claimed that episode like months before, and we got a really big variety of questions that we asked in the quad, and it was just a fun episode to put together, and we were all really excited for winter break, so it was a good time. I remember a lot of excitement. Number 7, we have the Mario Kart edition from my junior year, last year. That one was fun to put together. It was one of the last really good ones we did before we got out early because of quarantine. We put a lot of effort into it. We bought like little costumes, and it was fun to put together. I didn't edit it, but I did film some of it and conducted some interviews, and I think it turned out really well, and it was a fun episode. It was like cute. At number 6, we have the Bloopers edition, also from my sophomore year, 2 years ago.
Full disclosure, I actually made a mistake, but it's too late to refilm it. There's no Bloopers edition from 2 years ago. There's only one from last year. That's the one I was thinking of. My bad. But it was a really fun episode. It was really cool to be able to stockpile all the bloopers throughout the year and then put them together and pick the best ones at the end of the year. It's still one of my favorite episodes. Got a lot of laughs.
At number 5, we have the Valentine's Day edition from this year, so a week ago. This one is really fun because my friend Kara is very near and dear to me. She's just so fun to work with, and whenever we work together on something, it always turns out really well. And we spent a lot of time on this one, so it turned out really well. Big props to Kara. She put it together so nicely. It wouldn't have been done without her. It was so cool, though. I think it was one of our best episodes this year. Coming in at number 4, we have the 80s edition, also from this year. That's another fun one Kara and I put together. We spent hours FaceTiming, coming up with the script and what we want to do. She's the president of 80s Club, and I'm in 80s Club, so we both get really excited about the 80s episode. We did a good job last year, so we wanted to one-up that. And with help of our friend Natalie, who is a really, really talented actor, we were able to put together this awesome little skit for the 80s. And it was really cool, and it's one of my favorite things we've done. Number 3, we have the 80s edition, but from last year, my junior year. Another fun one with Kara, but we had our whole crew that year because it wasn't quarantine yet. But we really loved the 80s, and we did this segment where we showed pictures of teachers from the 80s, and I think that was a fan favorite. But it was a really fun episode to put together. We love the 80s. It was a really cool episode. It's one of my favorite ones. Coming in at number 2, we have the Valentine's Day edition from 2 years ago. That one was a lot of fun to put together. I really liked the people I worked with on that one. We did a fun little skit. We came up with this idea that we were going to ask people if they wanted a kiss, but when they would like say yes or say something, we would give them a Hershey's kiss, and that ended up being like a really, really good segment, and it turned out so well. And I was just so fun editing that one together, especially the skit we did. And those people were so awesome to work with. There was a lot of really charismatic people, and so even though I wasn't quite out of my shell yet that year, they really brought me out of my shell.
Would you rather have a kiss instead?
It was a really fun episode, one of my favorites ever. And lastly, coming in at number 1, we have the Spring Break edition from 2 years ago. This one is so special to me, and I think about it all the time because that year my friends and I decided we were going to go to the beach to film. So we took this really fun beach trip, and we went and asked people truth or dare questions, and we asked people around campus truth or dare questions too. And it ended up being this really cool segment, and I spent a lot of time editing volleyball that week, so it was just overall a really cohesive episode and had a lot of really good segments, and it was a really great way to pump us up for spring break, and I think it was a really big hit, so very cool. Thank you all so much for watching my top 10 episodes of Thunderstruck from the past 3 years. If you're a junior or a sophomore, maybe you'll remember some of them and it was a fun memory. And if you're a freshman, you get to see some of the cool episodes we've done that you haven't seen yet. Remember, you can always watch past Thunderstruck episodes on our YHS Thunderstruck YouTube channel if you ever want to relive the memories like I do. I'm sad this is my last year, but we still have a few more weeks to go, so keep looking forward to new episodes of Thunderstruck.